everyone. My name is Emoni Futrell. I'm with my co-host Jalen Chin and Jagger Sayán.
Hello, this is Jalen Chin.
Hello guys, this is Jagger.
And today on our podcast, we'll be talking about film distribution and what it's about and how you can do it and how also into and how independent filmmakers can also distribute their own films. What does film distribution mean? So, film distribution is how movies get made in studios and get sent to audiences and to movie theaters. It goes to this kind of process where not only be movie theaters but also be through digital websites like YouTube and all of this stuff.
Nice. Yeah, sorry about that. You wanna keep talking? Or do you want me to say something right now?
Anyway, y'all can just chime in.
All right. I was just gonna ask you guys, if you guys have any film distribution companies, any favorite ones, or like you guys follow.
Oh,
I don't exactly have one that I follow, but I know that Paramount Pictures is a major distribution company, as
sure.
as they have distributed multiple films throughout their career or their industry.
Definitely.
I think what was that one that produced all those horror movies? The Rotham House, if I'm getting that right. Wait, is, where is the Indigo films? Because I like where they distribute their films.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, in my case, I'm a really huge fan of A24. It's like an independent film industry. They're not independent that much. They're actually growing and growing every year, and they have distributed a lot of my favorite movies lately. Also on BH Tilt and Columbia Pictures, are like really nice companies right now.
Yeah. Which films did they make that they distribute? That name sounds so familiar.
A24 distributed Uncut Gems, Midsummer, Lady Bird, Moonlight, and Euphoria, and more.
Yeah, they got a lot of things going on right now. They got a lot of films and shows going on right now.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there are also different options to see these distribution companies. Consider it a video of demand platforms like Amazon, Netflix, iTunes, Tubi, and all the other digital platforms that you're able to stream films and series on. And things like Crunchyroll, for example, or other services where you can watch films.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm probably one of those guys that have a membership in almost everything. Or I share with everything. I got Netflix, Amazon, HBO Max, Apple. To be honest, I don't use them all. But it's really cool just to have options all the time. You know, when you're just chilling Saturday night, double thing, you just wanna watch something. Like all these platforms, they distribute a lot of films and even independent movies, you know, that didn't have that much, you know, contact with the audience, but they can through these platforms, you know. So I think that's really important, even for us, you know, that we are like cinema students and we kind of like struggling with like box office, finance, all that type of stuff, you know. So it's really cool that these platforms also help us to move all our projects away.
Yeah.
That's also true. But one thing that digital the platforms like have increased mostly since the pandemic.
Definitely.
Like people now using Hulu, definitely using Netflix, Tubi, all these other platforms but then Netflix like how threw away the Redbox. You know what I'm talking about? That company where you can like have all those films and DVDs and stuff.
Well,
This is like even before, even when Netflix even had DVDs themselves.
yeah, Netflix have used DVDs themselves like in the past, from what I remember. Because I remember my parents would talk about it and discuss about how they used to get movies through the mail, just like how Blockbuster existed, and Blockbuster is obviously, you know, has lost business due to Netflix being main proprietor. But Redbox does still exist, and they're still only doing the same thing, renting movies and stuff. But Netflix is definitely the king where it comes to those type of platforms, because you're able to view them online and also do it digitally, and it's a bigger name brand.
Yeah, and like, to be honest, guys, like I want to make you guys a question. You know, like, when was the last time you went to the movie theater?
I actually went very recently. I went recently to watch Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Oh, I heard so many good things.
Yeah,
I heard so many good things.
Yeah, that movie was really good. I really enjoyed it, and right before that, actually, I watched The Batman.
Same.
Yeah, that was also amazing. That was hard. That was pretty recent when I watched the last one to the movie theaters.
Yeah.
I watched Meteor though, but I wanted it so bad. The last movie I went around like to watch the new Spider-Man movie. That was really good.
Oh, No Way Home.
Yeah, it was so good. But when I heard about new Batman stuff, I wanted to watch it, but I couldn't. But it's like, it's streaming now, so I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. We got some interesting movies to go watch in the theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with the push that all these movies are focusing on placing them into the theaters instead of focusing on putting them out to streaming first. Because I know it was like that for a certain amount of time, for like a year during the pandemic.
There's no one can go anywhere. Oh wait, so what do you think, what platform is like now like more popular ever since the pandemic? You think Disney Plus? You think Netflix has grown up? Hulu, Amazon? Which one do you think has like everyone more attention from there?
I personally think that Netflix will always be the king due to its pop culture influence and everything, and everybody wants to use Netflix because of the amount of films it has and the amount of collaborations that it has recently with like anime like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, So Notion, Shaman King, and other sources of media that they can only partner up with to get those series. But personally, I think Disney Plus has benefited hugely from the pandemic because not many people were using it. Well, that's what I believe, because I was using it and I didn't know anybody who used Disney Plus back then when The Mandalorian came out originally. But with all these new shows that they have been coming out with, like Hawkeye, now Miss Marvel, and etc., they're pushing for more series to attract more customers, and people are using it more because of that time period we had during the pandemic.
I'll have to agree. I think Netflix will be the first place. I think people just being I gotta count myself. I'm one of them. Create or join to these other platforms for specific releases. Like I'm pretty sure. This was my girlfriend's idea to have that Disney Plus, only because I remember when she got it, I was like, okay, the only thing that I want to watch from Disney Plus is like Soul. It was like 2 years ago, the animated movie. I'm pretty sure it won an Oscar award for best movie. It was a really, really nice movie. But I mean, after I watched the movie, I don't think I've opened the app again. in like almost 2 years. Same thing with HBO Max. I think I watched it for I joined the platform for like one movie and also Euphoria, and that's it, But like Netflix, it's been like the constant platform that I always go almost every day. I used to check something like a show, a documentary, a film, whatever. So I think Netflix is definitely first place right now.
And I agree because since Netflix have been out there of like one of the longest ones,
yeah.
And that's why I grew up with too. This Netflix, like when it's like kind of a little bit more cheaper. It's like even when my mom got Disney Plus as well, I watched a few movies and I have not been using it at all since.
Yeah. Okay, I don't feel that bad then.
I was gonna say that also plays. This also plays towards our next topic, which was pushing towards your marketing your indie film, which Netflix has done a lot of publicity towards their new series and new films every time, and it always blows up most of the time. For example, in the past, Stranger Things, that blew up for a certain amount of time. And everybody was talking about it, and they're like, go to Netflix, watch this, watch that. And then most recently, a few months ago, that happened with the series All of Us Are Dead. So Netflix has definitely pushed on their very interesting series, and I would say different approach on these different genres.
Yeah. I think that's a really important role that all the distribution companies play on this industry. Like besides like all the art and passion people can have, like we gotta also remember like movies is also like a business, and that's why all these companies they always focus on the marketing of the movie and just to make a profit and all that stuff. So
yeah, like that's why those kind of shows, like I watched this show. I watched all 2 seasons. I can't wait for the next season to come out, and it is. But yeah, not only that, but Hulu had to decide the exact same thing as well. The show Euphoria with Zendaya in it, and there's also some other platforms in that as well. Trying to also YouTube did the exact same thing. Use like all these content creators to make their own little TV shows on there on YouTube Red. So to make people to subscribe and then join them to get more money. But Netflix has been like the top tier one, have been doing it the longest and do it the best way, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since with Netflix's ease of access, obviously due to people sharing passwords, but that's for another topic. Everybody joins in and watches the films and the series because they heard it from someone else, so they want to watch it.
Yeah, but I guess that's why the Netflix is like number one. I wish Netflix and Hulu are like side by side, but now think about it, it's not really. Like Netflix have like take some of the old films back that is well known. Yeah, Hulu's the exact same thing. I would say Netflix for now. Oh, another thing. I think Disney Plus is gonna go up because they have all of the Marvel movies up there now. Because Netflix used to have most of them too, but then somehow I don't know if it's still up there or not. Probably not. Because like back then, we have all the old ones like Captain America, all the Captain America movies. I think some of Iron Man films. But again, Netflix was connected them for a while, but I don't use Netflix anymore as I used to. So I don't know if they're there or not.
They are not there. Just checking in. They are not there anymore. I assume it's because they all moved to Disney Plus, and have limited it to only being on Disney Plus, unless you buy the movie on Amazon.
Yeah. Wow. I was like, let me get off this platform, I'm going to the other one. You really want to get some.
And that is an example of the term length for distributors. Like, Netflix only was able to hold those Marvel movies for a certain amount of period of time until Disney created Disney Plus. They pulled all their Marvel movies back and took most of their Disney movies to implement them towards their own distributing software.
Oh yeah. For the terms, the average terms for a certain kind of distribution company that they could hold the rights for a certain film is around 10 to 15 years.
Oh, wow.
But again, it's like they said, the bigger the deal, the less control you have. So I guess that also you could also take out that film. The film can also take away your film to go somewhere else, which is a different distributor for a better pricing. I guess if the sales goes well.
Mm-hmm. That sounds just crazy. Just imagine how all the numbers, all the prices in those contracts, for Disney and Netflix, and losing the movie to go to this other platform and all that stuff. Like, that's like big business moves,
That may also play into factor of why Netflix loses so many, like a certain amount of movies every year, because of those term lengths, due to the popularity rising for those films. And then after the term length, the filmmakers who created that movie or that film choose to pull that and put that elsewhere, pull it from Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Or they want to keep going. It's also true. But there's another thing that also talk about the first run and the second runs. So we can say Netflix didn't have their second runs, but they did have a first. They did have the first runs for some of the films, but they were immediately taken away for someone else. Like, they lost a lot of profit after something new came along, aka Disney Plus. So that makes more sense, actually. Let's get on to another topic. Another topic is, how do film distributors make money? Well, the film distributors make money. Where's that question? They make off of the returns of from the theater owners. Each week a movie plays in the theaters, distributors get some of them earnings from the ticket purchases directly from the theaters they secure distribution deals from. Meaning like, basically it's kind of the same thing for online. It's basically how many plays each films make. Like, since all of us got Netflix, and they watch a film, what was an old film, but that's probably like the G-Force, right? The movie from Guinea Pigs, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Each time that film still stay on Netflix. Each time that movie plays, I do not pay millions of times. The distributor get like a certain percentage from that.
Yeah, it sounds very similar towards the topic that I've been reading from Spider-Man about the Sony and Marvel deal that they had regarding their character Spider-Man, which I find is a very interesting topic, because Marvel lost their rights to Spider-Man because of their bankruptcy back in the 90s, and their goal was to spread out their characters in order to make that money back. And by doing so, they relied on Sony to jumpstart the film industry for its superheroes, which the Sam Raimi films, which began the spike of interest for superhero films. And throughout those years, there has been numerous Spider-Man films, including the Amazing Spider-Man duology and the Sam Raimi trilogy, which they have rebooted only twice before creating this new Spider-Man. This new Spider-Man, though, was created due to not even his solo film. He was debuted in Captain America Civil War, which was through a long discussion during 2014 to 2016. And they wanted to take a 15% stake from their cooperation with Sony in order to get the license for that character for their films. But Sony did not want to do that because that's a lot of money, of course. But they actually changed their mind because of a hack, and due to publicity, and they believed that they would lose money if they didn't do so. That's when they decided that they should distribute and cooperate with Marvel to make these movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I didn't know that Marvel almost went bankrupt. Went to Sony. Like, so you said like the 1990s?
Yes, the 1990s is when they went bankrupt, and most of their characters were like licensed to different companies. Say for example, like Fox. That's where the X-Men was in. Fox held their rights, and Sony held Spider-Man's rights and Spider-Man's like villains and such. I would assume. I know Fantastic Four also was also licensed to a different company, but that is only like the gist of it.
Deadpool is also part of Fox, right?
Yes.
That makes sense. Why there's no films with him and Spider-Man, because do comics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now that makes more sense.
Yeah, the reason why is because of all the characters they had to sell in order to make their money back. But recently it has changed, obviously, because of the impact that their films have had towards pop culture and how much money they have been making under the cape or under the shadow of Disney, because Disney is the most profitable company, and they've made highly grossed films over like a very long time, that other companies have started to look towards Disney and allow their characters to be in those this continuity called the MCU.
A lot of money going on in the industry. So, do you guys know what movies have made the most money in the history?
I know of one movie
Yeah.
that has made a lot of money in one period of time, but not in all of history.
Alright, say it.
So I was thinking of Spirited Away that came out.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
That's definitely top 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got Avengers Endgame in the second place, Titanic in the third place. Who can guess the first place?
Those are very notable movies, so I'm kind of interested in what the first place would be.
Like, wait, is it a film that we all know?
Yes, we all know. So of course, we all know it was it was really popular. It's gonna be a second part coming soon, maybe like 2 years, 1 year from now, and it has blue creators in the movie.
Oh, is it Avatar? Oh my god, the film Avatar.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, that's the first place. He has a lot of money. Like, I don't even know how to say this number, but he has like a lot of digits. He has like almost, it's more than billions, to be honest. It's more like trillions, I guess, like two trillions of dollars, something like that. It was released like almost like more than 10 years ago, and it's still making profit. A really nice movie.
oh
It was
wow.
directed by James Cameron. Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. It was it made 2.847 billion dollars.
You got it then.
That is really insane.
Imagine all that money.
And I noticed that it's also distributed by 20th Century, so
Wow.
that's where their marketing campaign went towards, and it really shows because they really made a lot of money through the box office.
Yes.
That is true. The 20th Century is one of the well-known. Lots of films that I'm not into. Like, I can't remember like only a few where I never ever not see the 20th Century pop up on my screen before watching either a show or a movie, either on Netflix or any kind of other platform.
So how are the movies distributed towards the theaters? How do they discuss with the movie theaters, like say for example AMC, the Alamo?
Oh, that's a really good question. Like, I remember once I was in directing class. It was last semester, like, and I made this short film for my final class, and it got selected as the best one actually in the class. I was really excited with my group, and we have this talk, right? Like, how do we take this movie to like screening somewhere like public, And there's something that we never find out how to do it. Like, we were like, do we go to the place and just ask to talk to the manager or something? Like, what's the real process for a student to get to have your movie screened on an actual theater,
There is a way. One way I know that you can do it through going to some. You can do some. My God, I can't speak. Do some festivals where there's also film distributors there, so you can try to get their attention.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. But you also need a lawyer for safety because you're going to be tricked. And also from there, they can watch your film to get it into movie theaters from there. Another, if I'm doing it, you could do it like from some contests, but the contest is very slow. Like, mostly from distributors to see if they like the film, because usually you want to have a distributor who has like similar opinions to your film. That's mostly where they want to take it anyway, because mostly, and also you got to check their reputation to see if they're good or not. Not good, you won't make great sales.
Yeah, definitely. So what do you guys prefer? Like, in more like personal question, what do you guys prefer when it comes to your own project, your own movie? Like, the money you can make, or like how famous your movie can get, Like, maybe it doesn't make that much money, but like, it was pretty popular in, at least here in Virginia, or like in California, or in this place. Like, what do you guys prefer?
If for like location for money wise, I'll just do it from like YouTube or Venmo or Venmo. Somewhere like a free free platform I could publish, and if it gets lots of fame, lots of recognition, since it's easier one, then yeah, like be easier like that because everyone can watch it if you allow it. But if you have like a partner who can help you publish it to like a movie theater, that'd be even better.
Right.
Yeah.
Like being able to see your movie in a big screen, that should be like another feeling,
It's true. Yeah. Seeing on the movie theaters and see posters, because even those cost a lot of money as well.
Yeah, that's the marketing. That's what the companies do. They spend a lot of money in marketing only, so people can actually be interested in your movie.
And another thing that do worry if your film ain't gonna get any recognition anyway, because don't forget it's also about the actors and actresses who are playing in the film. Even the famous ones, even if they have a small minimum of free screen time, they can give you like millions of views. I think that, in my opinion, because there's so many films up here, we have certain kind of actors and influencers that weren't that good. They have millions, and they make a lot of money, and people have addressed that too. How the films with the TikTokers were in, like some YouTubers, even though those films weren't good, they got a lot of money. Like, right? It's not about how good it is, but how much value that you get from each viewer, which is smart. Also kind of scary.
Yeah. I think I would personally say a more famous film than more money, because you're more I would say, this is probably not the right word, but I would say more malleable, or like you can do more with having a more famous film and having more money on that film, because you as a director or a person of importance for that film may not be may be forgotten if it's just a big money, like just once. If it's more famous, then they might remember your name, they might search you up and be more interested in more products that you're keen to.
Yeah. More about the remembrance and your work than money.
Okay. What about you, Jagger?
Yeah, what's up? What was the question?
The question was, would you rather have a film that makes more money, or that is more famous?
Definitely famous. Yeah. Maybe it's right now, like how I feel right now, but like I really don't care that much about money, as long as like people recognize my job, my projects, my movies, and they just feel something after watching them, like I'm cool with that. Like that's my reward so far.
Yeah.
Of course the money is like indispensable, like we live in a real world, we got bills and all that stuff, like that's facts, but as as an aspiring filmmaker, I think right now I'll find more joy in just giving my all my projects and movies, I'll putting them out so they can all watch it, have opinions, reviews, whatever,
Yeah.
Okay. So we're almost at the end. We got nearly a minute left. So let's wrap it up.
Okay.
So what should we say to those who want to become independent filmmakers?
Do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
do it. And
Do
if
it,
you
man.
produce any films, it's best to do on platforms that is free for your own benefit, like YouTube and Venmo. Easier with that. You can also do Tubi as well. I've heard that many people who are filmmakers put their films there. Any other comments?
I would say try to get your foot in the door and always practice to understand what makes you as a filmmaker.
Definitely, yeah.
Also, find your own style. Even if you watch your favorite kind of filmmakers, you can find your style like that. That's also important.
For sure, so never stop making movies, write a lot of stuff, be free, find your voice, like you said, find your style, and keep that industry going all the time.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so that's it for the episode of today.
I hope everyone like it who watches it. My name is Emoni Futrell.
This is Jalen Chin.
And Jagger Sayán.
And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.